Hey there, and welcome to Trotting Through Life, the feel good journey through wellness reimagined. I'm your host, Alicia Trotter, holistic health coach, retreat leader, and lover of all things simple, soulful, and sustainable. Each week, I'm here to share mindset shifts, wellness hacks, and down to earth tips to help you feel better in your body, your mind, and your life without all the overwhelm. Because wellness doesn't have to be complicated. Hello. Welcome back to Trotting Through Life. I've been talking to the female audience in the past 2 episodes, but today I want to talk to the men. And what I want to say is those past 2 episodes also apply to you. Now, you might not think they do right now, but if you're a boyfriend, a fiance, a husband, a best friend, a brother, a son, it could really help you to learn as much as you can about the female body, not in anatomy. I don't mean in anatomy. I know that you already know enough about that, or you'll be excited to learn about that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about as far as the month goes. So women change every single week. And if you can learn this and understand this, it will make you understand why the important lady in your life acts and behaves the way that she does because of where she is in that month. So there are 4 phases: menstrual phase, luteal phase, ovulation, follicular. I think I said that backwards. It's menstrual, follicular, ovulation, luteal. And each one lasts about 5 to 7 days. And each one comes with a different amount of energy, a different level of emotions, a different level of patience, and a different way that we are hungry and that we need rest. And if you can understand that and really be in connection or be curious about what phase is this for you, so I can understand why you just flipped out over something so minuscule, or why you aren't hungry, or why you want to eat the house down, or why you have all this energy and you're cleaning everything, or why you just want to lay around. It can really be helpful to understand and know that she's not just crazy. So, you see, I heard someone else say this the other day, and I thought that is so true. We are, as females, ever changing every single week of every single month. And our bodies, everybody's body, all humans are constantly doing like a cellular turnover, but the female body is doing so much more. And then if you add into the fact of if she's pregnant and she's growing a human being inside of her, I mean, just think for a minute. Just think about that. She's growing a human being inside of her. Of course, she's gonna not feel great at times and be tired and more hungry. But that's a whole different phase. I'm talking about just the 4 phases of every single month, not including pregnancy. And somebody said the other day that as women, we are made to think that we need to hustle just like men when actually we're not even built like that. Like, we aren't built to hustle every single day of every single month because our body has different needs every single week that change from week to week to week. And men don't have that. So they can hustle every single day. And there are times in our monthly cycle that we need to rest. We need to have downtime. We shouldn't be hustling in the gym. We should be relaxing. We should be resting. And that is okay. And so to give your important lady in your life permission when she's emotionally breaking down or when she's exhausted, that it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to rest. It's okay to give your body what it needs. And maybe you're listening to this podcast and then you go talk to that important lady in your life and she doesn't even know about this. Then you can educate her. There's so much information out there. You can totally find it anywhere. But in the episode where I was talking about to the teens and the 20s, I put in the show notes a link to a guide that was called Seed Cycling. And in that guide, it also talks about these same cycles, these 4 cycles. And there's so much information out there on how you should eat, how you should work out during all the different cycles. And it really does matter. One thing I see at the gym, because I'm 48, and then the next episode we'll talk to the 40s ladies. We'll be back on our decades episodes. But the perimenopause phase. So this is another phase that you're going to learn about in which you're going to feel like if you're married to someone in the perimenopause phase or your mom is in the perimenopause phase, you're going to feel like you don't even know who she is anymore. And let me tell you, she doesn't know who she is anymore either. It's a very odd time in your life for the female. And so to make her feel even more like she's crazy or you don't know who she is not beneficial because she's trying to figure it out too. And definitely encouraging the females in your life to learn this about themselves. And what I was going to say is I see in the gym the ladies that are in the perimenopause phase and they are on that cardio equipment getting it as hard as they can because they think it's going to help them lose this weight that they've all of a sudden gained, especially in their midsection. And they're killing it, they're killing it, they're killing it. And the body's not changing. Actually, the body's resisting, maybe even gaining more. And it's because that's not beneficial to the hormones dropping off. It doesn't support our hormone health. And during perimenopause, where the hormones are depleting and decreasing, we don't have that energy that we used to get during the follicular phase where we could work out like that and it would benefit us. The hormones now are being severely affected and the body just wants to survive. It doesn't care if you want to lose weight. It's just trying to survive. And so when the estrogen's dropping, our cardiovascular system is now at risk. It's not as protected as it was when the estrogen was robust and like it should have been. And then the progesterone is dropping and we're not sleeping like we need to. So we're not getting the rest that we used to get. And so it's something that all women need to educate themselves on. And we'll talk about this next week. But also, as the men, it would be really helpful to just encourage your ladies to educate themselves, educate yourself, and also just have compassion for the fact that our bodies go through a lot of change in our lives. From the time we start our cycle, whether you're 10, 12, 14, all the way until you're, you know, years that you're having children, breastfeeding. It also matters how close together you have children as to how your body recovers in between. And then the perimenopause years, menopause post. So the female body is amazing. It is always changing. And yet the society and the world wants us to think that, we need to constantly be in this hustle mode to be productive members of society. But we do have weeks every single month when rest is what our body needs. It was built for that, it requires it. And when you can learn about these phases and encourage the females in your life to understand those phases of their month as well and actually start to live that way with the way you exercise, the way that you rest, the way that you work, the way that you eat, it will help your body get back into this beautiful harmony that it was created for. And you will feel better. You will eat accordingly to how you need to. If you're really listening, if the women are really listening to their body, getting really in tune with their body and understanding what their body needs. Now, I talked in a few episodes back about environmental toxins and things that can get us, messed up as far as like our hormones go and endocrine disruptors and things like that. And need to be aware of that too and get curious about those kind of things. But just to remember that the women aren't crazy when it seems like they're always changing, because we are always changing. And I just encourage you, if you're listening to this, to get curious, go look up the 4 phases of the month for women. Read about it. You might read about it and go, oh, you could probably tell exactly what phase she's in right then based off of what you're reading, because it's going to make a lot of sense. And it's going to help you understand that when, the luteal phase is starting to end and then the menstrual phase, that you're just going to have, hopefully, a lot more grace and compassion, because not just right around the corner you're gonna hit the follicular phase and all is gonna be well in the world again. And it's not gonna last forever because we're always changing. And also to give her permission not to push herself so hard if it's not that week when she can, and to rest when she needs to. And I promise you, it will give you a much deeper understanding, love, compassion, and also a better version of her if she's also encouraged to understand these things about herself as well. So I just wanted to speak out to the men out there and say, don't read the title of the episode and think this has nothing to do with you, because if you really love the females in your life, it would probably behoove you to go back and listen to those episodes and do a little bit of digging and research for yourself. And then appreciate all that the female body actually goes through and can do, because it's pretty amazing, actually. And then after pregnancy and the ways that you could support her, she's going to be exhausted. Her hormones are going to change again. Her hair might be falling out. She might have stretch marks. She might have a hard time losing weight. She might feel like she has to do it all and doesn't need anybody's help. But just encouraging being encouraging and being there, understanding these things. I think back and I kind of laugh because my husband's an only child. His mom was a single mom for probably 6 years. And, you know, he was just so clueless. And, his mom being a single mom and just doing all the things. And he didn't know behind the scenes when she was struggling or probably breaking down and crying, and he didn't know about it. And he just thought, this is what women do. They just do it all. And then my personality is very strong. By the time we got married, I was 27. So I already had, a degree and a house, and I was independent. So again, he just thought this is how women are. And then I have our baby and our first baby, and I guess he just didn't think that I needed any help. And again, I didn't ask for any, which is what I was talking about in the episode before this one. And to, watch me give birth naturally, no drugs. I guess he just thought that's how everybody does it. And I feel like it would have been great if he had had some kind of education from someone like a female to help him understand how amazing the female body is when it's creating life inside of it, and then what the woman goes through postpartum and the support she needs and the help that she needs, even if she's not asking for it, the emotions that come with it. And so, don't get me wrong, he's a great husband, great provider, loves us all well. We love him. But it just cracks me up at just how much he didn't know and how clueless he was. And that might be you if you're listening. And so, kudos to you for listening. And I hope this will spark curiosity and interest for you to learn a little bit more and be that better version of yourself, so that together, whatever that looks like, whether it's your mom or your sister or your girlfriend or your fiance or your wife or even your best friend, you're just going to have more compassion because you have knowledge and understanding. And she will so appreciate that, and the relationship will be so much better. So, thanks for coming to my TED Talk today. And I encourage you to stay tuned for the other episodes to learn about the women in their 40s that will be coming up next week. Thanks for trotting along. Thanks so much for trotting along with me today. If you loved this episode, be sure to follow the show and leave a quick rating or review. It helps more people find their way to simple, feel-good wellness. I'll see you next Tuesday for another episode of Trotting Through Life. Until then, take a breath, take a step, and keep it uncomplicated.